I went to the pub and I asked the pub manager whether I could scatter my ashes into the pub. I was carrying my ashes in some tin and I wanted to scatter it inside the pub. Obviously, to be careful, I would release my ashes into some corner of the pub. The pub owner was disgusted that I brought my own ashes into his pub. I was begging him to let me release my ashes inside this pub, but he wouldn't let me. I told him how I used to enjoy going into this pub even though I don't drink alcohol. I enjoyed the food though and the calm demeanor of the pub. The pub owner told me to get lost and that he will never let me scatter my ashes. I was hurt by this because I really enjoyed going to this pub before I got cremated. I was upset but not defeated and I came back another. I had another tin with someone else's ashes in them. It belonged to a guy who also visits this pub and I went up to the middle-aged man who was drinking on his own. "Hey man, I got your ashes in this tin, do you want to scatter it inside this pub?" The lonely middle-aged man got up and went to the pub landlord and begged him to allow him to scatter his ashes around the pub. The pub landlord said nope, never, and I them spoke up by saying he wouldn't even allow me to scatter my own ashes inside this pub. Then I came back with more tins with ashes inside which belonged to people who frequented this very same pub. Now there was a gang of people who wanted their ashes scattered around the pub. The pub landlord stood strong and he kept saying no. People accepted that they couldn't their own ashes around the pub. I felt so defeated and I knew I had one last attack. I needed to make sure that everyone could scatter their ashes inside this pub. So I went out and a couple of days later I went back to the pub. I had a tin with someone else's ashes in it. The pub landlord smiled and mocked me by saying, "Whose ashes do you have now? Is it that guy's ashes? Or that guy's?" And he pointed at the two guys who were inside the pub. I then said to the pub landlord, "No, it's your ashes." The pub landlord isn't smiling anymore.